It seems to me that I am the only person that I know of that is very sensitive to the self-contraction. And I mean very sensitive to the self-contraction. When I came across Adidar, or when Adidar found me, almost 35 years ago, after reading the dreaded Gombu, I knew immediately what I was doing. And my life has been liberated ever since. Liberated from this nonsense and the drama that comes from it. I'm not dramatizing the self-contraction right now. Are you? It is a confession of love, a confession of being able to live a life of real happiness, real intimacy. This interferes, but you don't know that it interferes. Maybe you do, because someone's told you. But the realization that you are doing the self-contraction has to be felt. It's the activity that creates all of the world's problems. It has to be taken responsibly. The individual has to be responsible for the self-contraction. And this is the way out. This feeling contemplation. It's a graceful happening. So when I say I love Adidar so much, it's not him as a person that I love. It's the grace that immediately follows from turning away from this. It's an immediacy. Why would I confess this to be the case if it wasn't? You can take on as many disciplines and practices as you like, but unless you feel the self-contraction, if you're not feeling it before you take on the disciplines, then yes, take on the disciplines. My life has been a very disciplined life. Cello and piano and teaching have been full-time disciplines. And I took more on meditations, yoga and exercises. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I am asking you to accept that this confession of the heart, or this confession of realization that I need not do this anymore, but realization that I am doing it, is felt as tension, is felt as separation. Why I feel the self-contraction implies that I am like this much of the time. Because unless you're like this much of the time, you won't feel the self-contraction. This body-mind is not, right now, dramatizing the self-contraction. I am an advocate of this practice, of turning away to this. Do you feel the self-contraction? I need not take on the way of Ali Dan in order to be liberated from the self-contraction. I need not have others telling me. It is so obvious under many circumstances that I do the self-contraction, that activity which Ali Dar calls ego. The self-contraction is ego, not the results. The results are not ego. The activity is ego. Realize this to be so. When you stand alone, I have no one in my life. No one. I am alone. But in saying that, I live in a community where I serve others. I know their tendencies. I know how much they want in me to make them happy. I know their anxieties. I can see their sufferings, their unhappiness. It's this relationship that works. So the question is, do you feel the self-contraction? Are you feeling the self-contraction? Are you self-possessed or God-possessed right now? Doesn't matter what happened in the previous right now or in the next right now. It's now, this very moment. Are you being loved by God? Are you feeling the love bliss that grace blesses us with in that turning away? Already happiness is our inherent condition, and have you realized it? Are you going to waste the rest of your life seeking for it? I am a practitioner, already happiness, only because I feel the self-contraction. I have no egoic desire to be a practitioner. Just as I had no egoic desire to be a cellist. The cello was given to me. I didn't even know what a cello was. It was like an arranged marriage. But since being given the cello, I've had many egoic desires to play it well, to achieve good results, to perfect pieces, to be seen to be a good player, to be the top in my area, in my circumstance. But that was all suffering. It was all based on tension. I wasn't already happy. It never made me happy. Never. So now it's a discipline. It's a discipline that is God-made. I play the cello in this place, just as I speak in this place. It has been proven to this body mind, authenticated and re-authenticated time and time again, that the turning away from this to this works. He's an agent, he is the bridge to God. So it's not the body-mind. I have no interest in him as a body-mind and all his this, that's, and the others that he got up to, I'm not interested in his teaching methods. There's only one method, and that's the path of the siddhas, the path of true devotion. It's not an interest either, it's an actuality. It's a happening. If you don't feel the self-contraction, then what's the point? You're taking it on as an egoic path. No one has told me whether they feel the self-contraction in all the years that I've had an association with Adi Dam. I simply came to him as an end to my suffering and unhappiness and seeking, and this is the end. Here, the end of one's seeking is this turning, is this love communion, satsang, and one re-establishes this relationship daily and throughout the day. Separation is separation from God, an act that we do. Don't be told and believe it, realize it. I am a mouthpiece for that realization. Da. Then you live a life of compassion, tolerance, forgiveness. You will no longer be dwelling on your pathetic